There is a sacred moment, a moment when the breath stops and something beyond this world begins. I've seen it, and maybe you have too. The mysterious space between life and death. That mysterious space between life and what comes next. The transition. What Ra might call the Bardo. In many traditions, death is not real. In many traditions, death is not the end. It is a doorway. And what happens in the moments after we die, after we leave this world, can determine everything about the journey ahead. But what if I told you that how you live your life right now is the most important factor in how you will cross? Let's talk about the mechanics of death according to Ra Uru. So, Ra also talks about death not as a finality, but as a return, a redistribution of the mechanics that makes us who we are. When we die, the design crystal, our body's intelligence, returns to the earth, but the personality crystal returns to the personality bundle. But this process isn't instant. And what happens in between is profound. One of the most critical teachings that Ra gave us is how to die correctly. Now, although my training with the shamans varies greatly on what Ra teaches, I am going to be weaving and combining both the shamanic teachings and Ra Uruhu's teaching on death, dying, and the Bardo. And then, of course, I'm going to give you my insight from someone who has had shared death experiences with 3 people. I've been able to communicate on the other side. I would not call myself a medium because I cannot control it. And you do not want me to give you messages from your loved ones because it has come to me so sporadically based on people that I know. However, I have had the experience and I do have the training. If you want to join me in my upcoming class in Death, Dying, in the Bardo, just check the description below for how to join in. So Ra also talks about this death process being aligned not with the sun, not with the earth, but with the moon. The moon plays a critical role in this passage, just as the moon determines much of our emotional life, it guides us in death. Ra talks about the personality crystal going through a cycle, moving through the lunar nodes, revisiting the themes of our incarnation, a final review, a last chance to integrate what we came here to experience. Our death isn't a single moment, it's a process. As long as you are alive, you are moving towards death. No one gets out of here alive, and death denial is the reason why people suffer. We don't talk about death, and because of that, we are not living correctly. And then, of course, we do not die correctly. So let me talk about the shamanic tradition. The shamans have long prepared for this moment, for our death. Death is an initiation, a test for what we have learned, how deeply we have loved, how fully we have awakened to the truth that we are all one consciousness. How powerfully have you lived your life's purpose? If you spent a lifetime resisting, holding on to pain, in regret, in the anger, frustration, bitterness, you may find yourself lost in the bardo, confused and clinging. But when you have lived in alignment, when you've embraced your lessons, when you've transcended fear, chosen love, released attachment to what is not real, then the transition can be of grace and ease. This is why so many traditions speak of dying before you die, letting go of the ego, releasing what no longer serves, stepping into higher states of consciousness when the body transitions. The more we do this in life, the easier the transition. And we do not waste the time we have here, the possibilities we have here to grow, to expand, to accomplish what our soul is here for. There is also a new study of near-death experiences, shared death experiences, and reincarnation, past lives, and future lives. There are documented cases that show thousands of people having similar experiences that do not know each other. Thousands of experiences of people who have been out of their body, having out of body experiences, being able to correctly detail things that have happened when their body is passed out and their heart has stopped and the entire emergency rooms are, recharging their bodies back to life. This is a conversation most people out there are not having. This is a conversation most people on the internet are not having. And even though Ra Uru has taught this in the past, very few human design teachers are speaking on death, dying in the Bardo. But this is where I am going to lead a group right now. And personally, I think it is the most important information that you can absorb right now, the most important information available on the planet. I'm going to explain this in my upcoming class. Why death denial causing so much of the animosity, so much of the hostility between two people that we see in politics, in what's happening so much in on the earth plane right now. So many people are feeling divisiveness, but understanding, accepting, and coming to peace with your own death can transform how you live. I cannot wait to take you on this journey. I will be posting links in the description below, and I hope you join me for the journey in the death, dying, and Bardo series that we have coming up. The Bardo is not just a passage after death. It is the space between every moment, every breath. It is the space between the yes and the no, the cycle of the moon. Master it, and you master life itself. Welcome to the new course on death, dying, and the Bardo.